very excited to share about Comfort Wave. This is a virtual reality self-hypnosis for chronic pain in the nonprofit. And I'm so excited because I'm someone who suffers with chronic pain. So I'm bringing a framework to this field that I think is unique. Next slide. So what is the problem? Well, women who have mastectomies, when they have the scar, can continue to have pain despite it healing. And this occurs in about 30 to 60% of women. And this pain keeps them from having certain types of clothing and maybe even their breast reconstructed. There are no medications available easily. The studies have not been successful in treating this condition. Opioid use always brings misuse to the table, and there's side effects to the current medications such as fatigue and sleepiness. What we do know is that hypnotherapists can help and pain management can help, but hypnotherapists can charge and it's not covered by insurance, and pain management can be difficult to access. And the truth is, we know hypnosis is a proven treatment for chronic pain. And so bringing a virtual reality component makes it accessible. It empowers the patient, gives them self-agency, limited side effects. It can be done with their pain meds, and we think it can be cost-effective. Next slide. So my team and I have worked for many years together, 20 years, I hate to say how many. Dr. Guy Montgomery works in hypnosis and breast cancer, specifically targeting pain around biopsies. Dr. Dorfman is a psychologist. He works in interventional and behavior. Dr. Simpson is a specialist in neurology. He works with complex pain syndrome. And I've been doing research in chronic pain for 20 years. Next slide. And so we're excited with the next slide to introduce Comfort Wave. As we've developed this product, it's a software that can go into any virtual reality device. We're focusing the Oculus Go right now. We have an FDA exemption for our current study, but we're seeking FDA approval. This experience is just like it sounds, comforting like a wave that surrounds you with images, sound, and narration built on over 200 narratives that we have from our past experience in hypnosis. It's brief, it is very safe, we think, and that's what we're going to show in our upcoming study. We've completed our testing and we're approaching our enrollment in the early part of 2025. Next slide. So who is the market? Well, we're not quite clear because I think a lot of women don't come forward with this pain condition. We know that about 2.3 million women have a diagnosis and that 20 or 30% of these women have a mastectomy. We believe that with a price point of around $250, that the first serviceable obtainable market could be somewhere between 2.5 million to 5 million. Next slide. So who is our competition? Well, this doesn't exist really in self-hypnosis. Comfort Wave is a new type of product. There is a device by Allied VR that offers back pain, but it's along a CBT model. We're seeking FDA approval to be given to patients to use freely with a prescription that can be easily upgraded as we understand more about the types of things people find to help them. Next slide. So our plan right now is we're seeking funding of a 1.25 million in several grants we have submitted. We are pending enrollment in 2025 for our participants. We are seeking to give the FDA, who we've been in discussions with, for the Breakthrough Device Program by the end of 2025, then work towards a multi-site study showing efficacy, secure funding for that in 2026, and then get it into the market quickly in 2027. Next slide. So what are we doing for a business design? Well, it's sustainability because I'm nonprofit. I'm looking about collaborating with a business who is aligned with our understanding of this highly engaged population due to the fact that there are no good treatment options. We believe that we can do this by collaborating with pain medicine, neurologists, surgeons, oncologists, and the patients who suffer. We are the experts and we're seeking for a licensing agreement with a partner who understands what we bring to the table. Next slide. So in summary, chronic pain costs billions. And what we want to do is help our patients who have post-mastectomy pain syndrome have care, have the medical costs that are reduced, that they get back into their lives, that they are not challenged by this suffering, that we want to offer this solution to them first and then to others to reduce pain. We need your help. We want referrals to grant opportunities. We want advisory team members of people who suffer with this condition. We want you to spread the word for our upcoming study in 2025. Next slide. So here's my contact information. I love to hear from patients. I talk to them daily about their chronic pain, and that's what we want to solve with ComfortWave VR.
Thank you, Mary Catherine. So our first question from our judges is from CJ.
Hi, Mary Catherine. Thanks for a great presentation. I can tell you from a mentor perspective and as an internist, we believe that there is such huge unmet need for non-drug solutions for chronic pain. Where we sometimes shy away from investing is because we can't quite understand how you build a successful clinical trial in chronic pain to prove your case. And so I'm wondering how you and your management team, which looks fantastic, have thought that through. What's your path to FDA approval?
Well, we have been in discussions with the FDA. We had a Q submission in the late part of 2023, and they're very clear. They want to see biologics. We don't have the funding right at this moment to add the biological components, such as an EEG, and what we know is heart rate variability that is associated with pain. And we believe that we can give them some very good data once we're able to get the ability to fund that component, which is not cheap. But I think that was their biggest question. How do you know it works? And I think that we are the team that can demonstrate this and bring it to them. I very, very intense conversation with them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. And we have time for one more quick question from our judges.
If it's okay, I have a quick follow-up here. Again, great presentation here, Mary Catherine. No doubt about the clinical need to address chronic pain across a lot of different populations. My question is, related to efficacy. I'm also curious about the persistence of pain relief, because I think that's been an area where it's very wishy-washy, and also it affects ability to, prescribe appropriate doses, if you will. So I guess my question is, what early evidence or validation have you done that shows the duration, the persistence of pain relief after each administration of your solution?
Well, we have a past study that shows duration when you're teaching someone self-hypnosis. We do have a study in another pain condition of HIV-associated chronic pain that once we taught it to them, that they would continue to use it, and it continued to reduce their pain. But I have a theory that by using virtual reality, following a model found in people who suffer from obsessive eating disorders, that we could modify their pain perception and therefore reduce their awareness of the pain, because we're training them in an immersive kind of disconnecting them from the body of their association to the pain to something different and comforting. So, that's still to be proven. We're still in the early stages, but I believe theoretically that we can definitely get in that door.
Amazing. And Donna, you and I had a small thread on the side. I wondered if you might just also mention the Pivotal Ventures opportunity. I don't think we've discussed that yet today.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to put this link, and everyone should see it in the chat. Essentially, Pivotal Ventures, which is linked to Melinda Gates Foundation, they've made an open global call where there's $250 million available of flexible funding. So this could be private, could be nonprofit kinds of solutions and organizations. Anybody who's trying to solve any solution in women's health whatsoever, I would say apply. And it looks like it's for a $1 to $5 million investment at a time. So strongly encourage that for everybody here who's trying to build an organization.
Thank you so much for highlighting that. I really appreciate that.